My first experience in Cambodia is going to a shop to buy a cigarette, and the lady selling the cigarette, I saw the cigarette and I was like, I want that cigarette. She closed her nose and doing like that to me. That is very horrible. There are so many people that treat me very bad. So many people even push me away. So many people didn't welcome me when Cambodia was not my destiny, but actually it was my destination. In every country, there are good people, there are bad people, but Cambodia, 99.9% of them have good heart. The only secret I can tell people that are new in Cambodia, the way they show you love is the way they're gonna show you wickedness when you try to take advantage of that. Cambodia is very traditional and they respect their tradition so much. Foreigners that understand Cambodian culture and tradition, respect it, will live long here. Samdech Hun Sen, who was the prime minister then, called me upon directly. My hand was shaking. Who am I to get a call from this kind of person? I was like, I was afraid, to be honest. The feeling was like, what? And then it's like, no worries that actually you've been choosing. You're the chosen one. Yeah, my name is Emmanuel Onyedikachi, well known in Cambodia as Manu Selepa. Oh yes, been in Cambodia for like 15 years. August this year is gonna make it 15 years in Cambodia, and so far so good. But on nyom na Manu Selepa, but kelako kunkuma ke squad. Chimopeng Emmanuel Onyedikachi, take squad Manu Selepa. Yamada Swakma, Chinam Pipon by allow chet dopram Chinam chain. But
so thank you so much. Like I always said, I appreciate this time you have with me. So far, how is life going? You've been here for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how is it going recently?
Currently, so far so good. Living in Cambodia, becoming a Cambodian is, I don't know how to say, it's very exciting, and yeah, it's good. It's good. So far, it's very good.
Can you take us back on, you've been here for 16 years. Can you take us back on how this started, from the beginning and how it ended up being Cambodian?
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It's not an easy road so far. First, I want to say something. My first experience in Cambodia, it was horrible. I would say that because back then, 2008, it was very the Cambodian people, they are not really used to foreigners then. And that time I used to smoke cigarettes. Without minding right now, I'm an athlete, but then I used to smoke cigarettes. So my first experience here is going to a shop to buy a cigarette, and the lady selling the cigarette, I saw the cigarette and I was like, I want that cigarette. She closed her nose and doing like that to me. That is very horrible experience. But so far, what makes me to, I think what contributes to my achievement is I enjoyed that, and I didn't even get angry or use any swear word. I was like, okay, thank you so much. Politely leave the shop. So all my encounters so far in Cambodia, both, especially the worst experiences, been treating it this way. Being very humble, very kind, and lovely to the people of Cambodia until they start to accept and welcome foreigners, especially black skin. So today is very honor that finally a black skin can become a Cambodian citizen, someone that experienced the worst racism back then. So thumbs up to all my Cambodian guys, fans, and especially the government. I mean, they're doing good things. And again, with my story, back then, it wasn't easy. There is no much job to do. And it's been struggling. It's been struggling so far. Till now, it's also struggling, but in a different way. I mean, life without struggle is only dead person. So we must struggle to survive. It's been like that right from the Adam and Eve. So that is how it is. But the only thing I can say to make everything short is just commitment, dedication, consistency, and know what you want. If you know what you want, work towards it and be highly committed. Man, every goal is achievable. I use myself as an example. Every goal is achievable.
That's right. That's right. Um, can you enlighten us a little bit? When do you start get this recognition from Cambodia that okay, these people actually value you, your work and everything?
Back in the days when I arrived to Cambodia, there was not really a good job. But my first job here, I was an English teacher. I did that couple of months. I started dancing. I formed some dance group. I started performing. I joined the art, just like Selipa. Selipa means art in Cambodia. So I joined like art group. People keep calling upon us to perform, to dance. So we're doing performance, dancing. From that, I get a job working as a restaurant manager. From that, I switched to different things. I have worked as a manager in so many places, gasoline, PTT gasoline station, nightclubs, many things, many jobs. And finally, even as a personal assistant to a Russian billionaire without minding. But finally, I felt like, okay, because back then in my country, Nigeria, I always like to fight in the street. So I fight, I spend money. Police will arrest me, I spend money. And then I was like, okay, I think I want to try this. Just a place that we went to do performance, dance performance. Then they also called some martial artists to perform as well. I was like, okay. I approached one guy then. I said, actually, the boyfriend of the family that owns that restaurant. And I said, look, I want to try this martial art. And he's like, oh, that's good. His name is Chan Ratana. He picked me up and started training me. I started training with him. I trained consecutively. Actually, it made me quit my job. I stopped everything I was doing then. I trained consistently for 8 months. No job, nothing. I was using my savings then. So for complete 8 months, I didn't work for anything because I wanted to try that. And then I have to lose weight. It was very difficult because my first fight was at 75 kilo and I have to lose 12 kilos in 2, 3 weeks. Then I made it. And then fights. My first fight was with Cambodian guy. Second fight with Cambodian guy. Third one with Cambodian guy. That's the time the federation, coming to the question, that's the time, and all the fight was knockout. First one knockout, third round. Second one knockout, third round. Third one knockout, second round. So that's the time the Cambodian federation, they picked me up. They said like, okay, we like you to like, well, how about you to present Cambodia? I'm like, okay, I'm good. So I decided not to fight Cambodian people again. I start fighting for Cambodia. So that is how everything started, and that recognition starts from that. So I fought with many high-level Thai fighters and stuff like that. I got some win, I got some lose. Then from there, I joined MMA through a Chanrich, who is I think the secretary, MMA Federation currently. So I fought in one championship and still raising Cambodian flag until last year. So it just happened that some like Hussein, who was the prime minister then, called me upon directly through his PA. And then that is how everything happened. I thought it was a joke. When the phone rang, I was like, who am I talking with? The introduction and everything, I was like, wow. I was afraid, to be honest. The feeling was like, what? Who am I to get a call from this kind of person? I was like, my hand was shaking. And then he's like, no worries that, actually you've been chosen. You're the chosen one. I'm like, I don't get it. In Khmer, we speak Cambodian. And then I got invited and I invited over to his house and everything. So that is how everything happened, that I thought it was a joke. Actually, everything was done expressly, like VIP, within 3 to 4 days. All the documents was delivered, passport, everything, ID was delivered to my home. So yeah. And since then, so far, I really appreciate the Cambodian government for their great work and recognition until now. I'm so happy for that. So that is how it happened.
Wow.
It's the way I talk about it seems easy, but it's not easy.
Yeah. I can sense it. It's not easy, And also being black man in Cambodia from Africa. I know it's not easy. So can you remember the fight that you think, okay, this particular fight, this is the particular fight that changed everything?
Actually, it was the fight that I fought with a Russian guy as
The,
of last year.
the one you
Yes.
broke his leg?
No, that one was the big fight in Singapore. Yes, that one also was really really the great fight that also I won big money. I won biggest money. But the fights that bring up all about the citizen was the one I fought. It was just boxing with a Russian guy, and I knocked him out on the second round. So that is the one that after that fight, few months, then I get this call.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm very, very, like I always say, I am personally, I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of what you have done. How you change the narrative, the thought of Cambodian towards Black people, and how you are still contributing here in Cambodia. It plays a very big role to us, which most of us understand, and now we appreciate it. Personally, I appreciate it, and I always pray that you will continue doing the good work you'll be doing for us and also for Cambodians, your new country. So moving back, let me just ask, moving back, living here as a Black back then, you know, is there any strugglings that you face living here? You've mentioned a lot, but if there's any kind of strugglings you face back then, and also advice to people who you think that, okay, I already faced this kind of struggling back then. So in case if there's anyone still facing this kind of struggling that I face living here as Black, should, okay, just take it easy. Kind of, okay, just give advice.
So I would say that the most difficult challenge I faced here was financial challenge to the point that I cannot even extend my visa. I got overstays, 8 months, everything. But like I said, because of my humbleness, because of my kindness, no matter how difficult things things were then, I still keep humble, keep low, keep my head low, and respecting everyone. There are so many people that treat me very bad. So many people even push me away. So many people didn't welcome me when I come to ask for $2, $1. Even some of them I ask, can I keep your bag here and sleep in your shop? And they push me, even our people, even fellow blacks, they push me away. They're like, no, 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 get out, get out. But what was my response? I didn't say, "Oh, you're so crazy," because our people they're very aggressive. That is obvious. Let's be very honest. It's naturally in us. Even me, I'm not counting myself off, but because I traveled a lot, I learned how to be humble in the aggression situation. So I didn't say you stupid. I said, okay, thank you so much. I just take my bag and walk away, leaving everything to what to the nature. So for me, what I believe is whatever you're facing, whatever challenges you're facing, the nature is watching you. I would say God is watching you, right? And we all have our own destined time. When that time comes, no matter what, nobody can change it. And those people that pushes you away, they will turn around and try to tell people that they know you, like what is happening in my story today. But still, even at this point, I'm still very loyal. I'm still very humble. So my preaching, my advice to all the blacks or everyone that will listen and watch this video is stay humble. Simple. That is it. Just stay humble. No matter what you have. I will give example, like the owner of Facebook, right? I never see him wearing big chain necklace gold or wearing eyeglasses of 10,000. He can afford it, right? It doesn't mean he don't have it. But there is time for everything. So I would advise our people to take it easy. If you make money, no matter how you make the money, just be humble. That is the only thing. My advice is be humble. Because what brings me to where I am today is being humble and disciplined.
I see, I see. So, can you take us back on, what made you to come to Cambodia? Why do you choose Cambodia?
I think some of you guys following me might have had something like this in some other different pages or interviews. So, my Cambodia was not my destiny, my destination. But today, it becomes my destined destination. So my destination was Malaysia. I was going to Malaysia to continue my education. Actually, as I finished business and economic management back home, I was traveling to Malaysia to continue my history and international relations because my dream was to become an ambassador, not to be a fighter or to be a business owner in Cambodia. It was I wanted to be an ambassador, and then I got robbed again. I got robbed by the agent, and he like kind of give me fake visa and stuff like that. So I got problem at the airport here in Phnom Penh, and the immigration was like, okay, we can help you because if you fly to Malaysia, you're gonna go to prison, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, fine, how to do it? Again, being humble. I asked them nicely how to do it, what to do. I'm down to the earth, however you want us to do it. And they're like, okay, we will stamp you in, and then you will stay 2 weeks in Cambodia, then you can go back to your country, stuff like that. Because that time they were coming tourists. They stamped me in as a tourist. I came in here, I fell in love with the country. I'm like, okay, I love it. So I have to process and make my visa become business visa. I get a job as a teacher. That is how everything started. So Cambodia was not my destiny, but actually it was my destined destination. It was not my destination, but finally it becomes my destiny destination. So when we plan, always remember that God have best plan for you.
Yeah.
God always have best plan because that being in Cambodia was not my plan at all. It wasn't even in my just like I said before. Having a Cambodian citizen is the last thing I think of. But it happened. So
Sounds good. So, do you think Cambodians are friendly?
yes, that's what I mean. They're very friendly. They have lovely hearts. Very, very friendly. I'm not saying it to like to promote them, no, but it's obvious they have good hearts. In every country there are good people, there are bad people, but Cambodia 99.9% of them have good heart. Just that you don't mess up first. The only secret I can tell people that are new in Cambodia, when they show you love, don't try to make use of that love in the name of taking advantage because the way they show you love is the way they're gonna show you wickedness when you try to take advantage of that. So yes, the impression is they welcomed me, they showed me very, very good love. Some of them, because they're not used to foreigners, but those people, especially starting with the immigration people, I felt good the way they advised me instead of leaving me to go get problem in Malaysia. Especially if they see that you're humble. If you're not humble, then it will be difficult for them to approach you. But when you humble down to the earth, they will love you and show you love. I'm very helpful.
See. So, you've lived here for 15 good years, and now you're also Cambodian. You are a citizen now. So, I want to ask, what is that one thing that you think that foreigners did not know about Cambodians?
So many things. There are so many things the foreigners didn't know about Cambodians that I know because I would say that I went into them. I can speak the language. I can read a little bit. I can write a little bit as well without any study. I didn't study it. So
Wow.
the first thing I would say that foreigners don't really know about Cambodia is like you asked me the question already, culture. Most foreigners, especially Westerners, they're too much afraid of Cambodian culture. Cambodia is very traditional and they respect their tradition so much. If every foreigner understands this and try to follow them traditionally, respecting their tradition just like them, there will be no problem. But if you bring your own culture and try to enforce it or impose it, they will hate you. Cambodians, they will hate you. They will be like, okay, you go back to your country. So that is the one thing I would say that most foreigners having problem here, they don't know. Some of them, they don't understand the way Cambodians are living. Traditionally, if you understand that, you will be the best friend to Cambodian people. I know this because I mix with all the fighters, all the Cambodian fighters. They love me. They welcome me in the club. Every club I go, even before I got to this point, some of the club, they don't charge me. I go to train. They say, oh, you want to fight? Come here. Okay, train for free. You see what I mean? So why? Because they love that their traditional martial art and they see foreigner who want to perform in it. But I didn't try to take advantage of that. Still, sometimes after training, I will give some tip. I will say, oh, okay, thank you for giving me free training, but take this one by drinking water. That's it. But if I try to take advantage of it, then try to be the boss. Okay, tomorrow I want to train free. Then they will kick me out. Just example. That's what I mean. So foreigners that understand Cambodian culture and tradition, respect it, will live long here.
That's a good tip. Good tip. Um, what do you think about Cambodia and Cambodians? Like in a general word, what do you think? I know you've said it, you've said that a lot. So can you just point out what you think about Cambodia and Cambodians?
Cambodia itself, first,
Yeah.
again, I will bring back the government. Cambodia is developing very, very fast. Cambodia as a country, man, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not trying to compare. To compare back then when I left my country and I'm just traveling back from my country again, and 50 years in Cambodia, which is 50 years I left my country. Visiting my country back is like 30% worse than before in everything. The system, there is no system. But then Cambodia, the system back then, 2008, and now it get much better, more civilized. Then talking about amenities and other things, buildings, developments, everything. Even some of the province look like city now. So Cambodia as a country is really, really growing very fast. Why Cambodians are getting mentally civilized and highly educated to the point that, man, I think in next 5 years to 10 years, Cambodia is gonna be like Europe, some of the Western countries. So yes, everything about Cambodia and Cambodians is all good so far from what I have experienced and what I'm experiencing.
In Cambodia, have you had any encounter in Cambodia here that is unforgettable for you? You feel
Like the first thing I mentioned is about the racism encounter when I came new here, but it's not mean that I cannot forget it. But it just like I said, they haven't developed then because now I don't think such a thing will happen again to any kind of foreigner. So I would say that was my worst encounter then. But so far, because of the fast development, both the country and the people, I don't think such a thing will happen again. Then coming to another one is to my fellow Nigerians, fellow black men. I have encountered so many things, even worse than when I was in my country. I mean, Nigerians living here. I really wish we can learn from Cambodians how to love ourselves and how to be humble and respectful, especially. So this is I would say in Cambodia, this has been my worst encounter. How fellow Nigerians not showing love to each other, how we disrespecting ourselves and how we causing nuisance even to the Cambodian citizens. So it's sometimes I cry for that. To be honest, sometimes I shed tears. I feel like why not we just try to create and build a good image to this lovely country that welcome us. So if we all Nigerians can put heads together to make this to get better, I think Nigeria will be, sorry, I think Cambodia will be best country for us to be in. So talking about encounter, this is the only encounter that it's still happening. It's not that I have encountered it. It's still happening. Every day there is a different stories. Every day that Nigerians I'm talking about now. Let's try to be humble, respectful to each other and show love, especially. That will be really, really, really good thing for us.
recently, yeah, there's some up and down going on in your fight. So, do you have anything to say about your recent performance? You know, how you're going to come back, or is there anything you want to say about your recent performance?
Talking about that, that is like I said, in total is 78 fights, 8 losses, 70 win. It's not a bad record, but without minding of that, yes, recently, last month, I fought consecutively 3 times in just a month. One fight, win, and lost two. And last one was really not good at all. It was like a head kick, you know. These things happens in the fight. And that was
Yeah.
my very first time to get knocked down. I will say TKO. But the referee was a bit quick to finish the fight before I could get up. But yes, the kick landed clean on the head. So what I would say is because of the no reason, no excuse, right? But it's because I haven't before fought consecutively 3 times in a month. It's a bit too much if you guys understand what is fighting. So that's why after that last loss, I took a break, 2 to 3 months. It's almost 2 months now. I haven't show face, but I'm coming back stronger. So soon, their fans, everyone will see me. But also, I would like my fellow Nigerians, my fellow black guys to start supporting me here because I feel like I have more Cambodian fans. So if you, like you said, if you can make it more obvious for our Nigerians here to start coming out to support me, that will give me more motivation and more power